Let's be real for a second. Are you totally exhausted by the idea of wasting hours sitting in those uncomfortable plastic chairs at the DMV, just staring at a ticketing screen? Well, what if I told you there's a seamless, completely secure way to handle your business without literally ever leaving your living room? Welcome to This Explainer, where we're going to walk through exactly how to navigate Wyoming's incredible new 1WIO online portal to renew your driver license. We all know that universal dread of DMV wait times, right? I mean, it always seems to just take a massive bite right out of your day. But thankfully, things are changing. Wyoming's newly rolled out 1WIO portal is essentially your ultimate skip-the-line pass. It's designed to give you your day back, empowering you to handle your credentials securely from the absolute comfort of your own home, completely on your own schedule. So here's our game plan for today. First, skipping the DMV line. Second, checking your online eligibility. Third, gathering your required documents. Fourth, the step-by-step process. And finally, number 5, fees, FAQs, and timelines. Let's dive in. All right, Section 1, skipping the DMV line and our introduction to 1WIO. As the official Wyoming Department of Transportation puts it, this platform literally allows you to skip a trip to driver services. And honestly, that is the magic phrase. This whole thing is about convenience and efficiency. It places the power directly in your hands to manage your state credentials quickly, safely, and entirely without the hassle of a commute or a stuffy waiting room. Moving right along to Section 2, checking your eligibility, and specifically the 10-year rule. So that brings us to the magic number here, 10. Wyoming operates on what's called a statutory 10-year alternating rule. What this means for you is that you can renew your license online or by mail exactly once. But for your alternate 5-year cycle, so essentially once every 10 years, you actually do have to appear in person. Why? Well, the state needs to take a fresh photograph and conduct a physical vision screening just to make sure you're still safe out there on the road. Now, if you're a U.S. citizen doing a standard renewal and your license has been expired for less than 90 days, you are more than likely good to go online. However, if you're changing your legal name, if you're a non-U.S. citizen, if you hold a commercial driver license with hazardous materials endorsements like H or X, or if your license has been expired for more than 90 days, you are legally required to visit an exam station in person. No way around it. Okay, Section 3, gathering your required documents. It's time to prep your inventory. There is a really strict standard for the paperwork you'll need. Step 1 is proving your legal presence and your identity. You absolutely must provide unaltered, certified originals. Seriously, a photocopy or random printout simply won't cut it here. You're going to need something like a valid, unexpired U.S. passport or a state-certified birth certificate. And side note, those cute little hospital footprint certificates? Yeah, those do not count. Next up, you have to prove you actually live in Wyoming. You need exactly 2 forms of Wyoming residency. But here's the crucial detail to remember. They can be no more than 45 days old, and they cannot be from the same entity. Great examples would be a recent utility bill, a rental agreement, or a bank statement that shows your physical residential address. Oh, and no P.O. boxes allowed for this step, so keep that in mind. One really vital tip before we move on. If you happen to have progressive medical or ocular conditions, think macular degeneration or glaucoma, you still need an evaluation. You've got to have your vision specialist or doctor complete the official WYDOIT evaluation forms ahead of time. You'll actually be prompted to upload these completed forms during the online application, so getting them signed by your doctor first is absolutely essential. Don't skip that. All right, Section 4, the step-by-step process for navigating the 1WIO portal. The actual quest for your new license breaks down into 4 super simple steps. First, visit the official website at mvds.1yo.gov. Second, enter your login gov credentials. Third, you're going to connect your existing Wyoming driver services record right to your new digital account. And finally, you just follow the prompts to complete the application, upload any of those required docs we talked about, and pay the fee. Easy, right? Actually, I want to pause on Step 2 for just a second, because this is where a lot of people tend to get tripped up. Login.gov is not run by the state of Wyoming. It's a completely secure federal authentication system. It uses multi-factor authentication to fiercely protect your personal identifiable information. If you don't already have a Login.gov account from, say, filing taxes or checking Social Security, you'll be prompted to create one first. It's a quick, separate little process, but it is completely mandatory for your security. Now, here is a phenomenal pro tip, especially for college students or military dependents who might be temporarily living out of state right now. The post office will absolutely not automatically forward state mail to a new address. It just won't happen. So if you need your new license sent somewhere other than your primary Wyoming residence, you must complete and upload a specific forwarding request form right into the portal. And that brings us to Section 5, Fees, FAQs, and Timelines. Let's get into the final details. So the crucial point here is total transparency on costs. For a standard Class C driver license renewal, the base statutory fee is $30. But in addition to that, there's a mandatory $5 digital transportation information system surcharge, which just supports the portal itself. That brings your total out-the-door cost to exactly $35. Simple math. And when exactly should you pay that $35? Well, you can actually begin this entire process up to 180 days, so roughly 6 whole months before your license actually expires. There is literally no benefit to waiting until the week of your birthday. Get it done early and just avoid the stress of a potential lapse altogether. Okay, let's tackle some quick FAQs to give you some peace of mind. First, Wyoming does offer a 1-year grace period to renew before you have to retake all the tests. But let me be incredibly clear here. It is strictly illegal to drive with an expired license during that time. Second, when you're paying online, standard credit and debit cards are totally accepted. And finally, a really great perk, active duty military personnel are completely exempt from the renewal fee. Once your payment clears and your application is approved by the state, patience is going to be key. You can expect your brand new physical driver license card to arrive in your mailbox within 4 to 6 weeks. The state basically uses the photograph and signature you already have on file to manufacture the credential, which, just takes a little bit of time. As with all things administrative, we do want to remind you that the information we cover today is based on current Wyoming Department of Transportation policies and state statutes, specifically WS 31 7-111 if you're curious. Bureaucratic rules can and definitely do shift, so please always verify the final details, acceptable documents, and exact fees directly at mvds.1yo.gov before you begin. Which brings us to the most important question of all today. With one WYO ready to save you an annoying trip across town, you're suddenly going to have an extra hour or two back in your day. So what are you going to do with your reclaimed time instead of sitting in a DMV line? Get out there, enjoy your day, and always drive safely.